Hey everyone, so welcome to the Passionately Curious. Today we're going to be talking about a topic very close to my heart, data. So today I want to talk about understanding the balance between data and using your intuition because I think this is a huge topic in the marketing space. And as you can see by the title, the biggest question today is as marketers, should we rely solely on data or on intuition, or is it really a balance of both? So, to understand this balance, it's important to really start at the beginning. So, what does data really do, right? It starts all the way back from marketing, which is all about the consumer. We had this shift from using psychology to make assumptions on human behavior to shifting towards big data. So, data is pulled directly from how consumers are interacting online, right? We know exactly how they find your website to what they resonate with and what they don't resonate with. And this is happening whether we like it or not. We see a lot of controversial topics on privacy laws and all of this, but if we put all that to the side, we know this is happening, right? So there's a statistic that by 2020, more than 50 billion smart connected devices will be collecting data. So in order to kind of move forward, let's look at both the positives and the negatives, because like I said, there's no really stopping this. This is happening. So in terms of positives, right, information that's gathered online helps brands provide the best experience for their consumers. So this can come in form of an optimized website or a personalized email or the ads that you see that you feel a little creepy about that are following you around, right? And all forms of data are just helping companies really understand what their consumers like and what they don't like. And at the end, if you see my old blog post, it really talks about, is this ethical? Is this not? The companies are making money on this. And I have this example in there about this magical mall, right? Imagine you walk into a mall one day and all the stores are exactly what you like, and they only hold the products that either fit you or that you are in love with. Doesn't this sound great? I mean, this is exactly what I was saying that the online world is doing, right, with your data. It's not really taking any personal data that they can use against you. It's really collecting, well, we're talking legally, of course. These companies are really collecting data so that they can create this personalized experience for you. Data is also a great way for marketers to justify budget allocations to their higher ups, right? So if you need to justify why you're trying to put all your money into Facebook ads, it's easier to show data and show that it's been proved in the past that Facebook works rather than just say that it's your gut instinct. This, when it comes to, especially when it comes to C-suite, they want to know exactly where their money is going and why. It also helps marketers optimize their budget. So as Peter Drucker said, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it, right? Data helps you understand what's working and what's not, and it helps you make these decisions in more real time. So you don't put all your money into one ad, wait until the end, and kind of make a decision then, right? You can see, using your data, you can kind of see how these ads are performing over time and make these decisions and adjust. So we've seen the positives. Let's talk a little bit about the limitations because there are a few. And one big thing is the bias that plays into the data and statistics that we see. So Neil Patel talks about this idea of survivorship bias. So the example that he shares is, a lot of people cite Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and how they dropped out of college and succeeded, right? But no one really talks about the other side, which is the over 30 million dropouts that are less likely to be employed and less likely to be, or more likely to be poor, and in default. So this is survivorship bias, right? We're essentially taking the winners and using that to kind of further our agenda. So a lot of bias also plays into, like I said, the agenda, right? So what are you really looking to prove? And you can easily kind of twist the data that you find so that you can prove your point, essentially. So it's really important when you're looking at data to really understand where are they coming from and to understand the context that the data that you're looking at is in. The other thing, which I think is a big thing, is the lack of human emotion, right? Great, you can see why, like what Facebook ad is working, but do you really know why that specific Facebook ad is working? That is where intuition comes in, right? The why is the key to understanding human behavior. So marketers still really do need to flex their their intuition and see why certain ads are working and why certain ones aren't. And to be a truly impactful marketer, you still need to interpret the data, of course, to gain insight into the direction you need to take. But it still takes a lot of intuition and just understanding consumer behavior to actually become successful, right? Because like I said, you know the what, but do you really know the why?